Ah yes, negative self-talk, something I am way too familiar with. Why do we do it and how do we stop it? I'm going to go over all of that in this video. Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. I know it has been a while since my last video. I just started going back into my full-time job after a year and a half. It's been a little bit of an adjustment to try to get all these videos and content out for you all, but I'm trying to get back into it and hopefully it'll start being more consistent moving forward. That aside, if you are new to this channel, hi, hello, my name is Vero. I teach you all how to glow, grow, and thrive after toxic relationships and trauma, so let's start healing together. So today's video is all about that negative self-talk, that negative voice in your head. Sometimes it just doesn't stop, sometimes it can't go away. What do we do about it? I'm going to teach you all 4 ways on how you can get rid of that negative self-talk. Negative self-talk can be tough. Hearing negativity is already tough, but when you're your own worst enemy, it can be really hard to get through the day. So let's talk about why we have negative self-talk, why we talk ourselves down. So negative self-talk is definitely a defense mechanism. We do this by saying the things that we think other people are thinking about us. We try to shield ourselves with this negative self-talk and tell us all these things that we feel people are going to be telling us anyways, and saying it out loud first so that we put up a wall of negativity. We need to understand that this isn't healthy. Negative self-talk is the opposite of being a confident person, and it's the opposite of loving yourself. So my first tip in getting rid of all this negative self-talk is actually an activity. When you're ready, take out a pen or a pencil and take out a piece of paper and write down all of the negative self-talk that you tell yourself. Whether you're not fit, whether you're not smart enough, whether you're not pretty enough, this or that, whatever you tell yourself almost and sadly enough on a daily basis, write all that stuff down. Go ahead, run wild. Now, once you're all done writing this negative self-talk, look at what you've written down and imagine going to a loved one, whether it be your sibling, your child, your spouse, your partner. Imagine going up to your loved one and reading all of this out to them as if you were talking to them, as if you were saying all these things to them. Now, can you see how there's a little bit of a shift in the air when you think about it like that? If you can't even talk to your partner, your child, your sibling in that way, why on earth would you talk to yourself like that? There is no love. There is no love in this message. So why would you talk to yourself that way? I want you to think about that the next time you decide to talk yourself down. If you can't bring yourself to say all these negative things to them, don't say it to yourself. My second tip to getting rid of this negative self-talk is giving that negative voice a name. The name for my negative self-talk is actually called the fortune teller. This is a reference to the movie Mulan, when the fortune teller looks at her and goes, "Too skinny." I just hear that negative self-talk in that voice and I just picture them as that fortune teller. Now, the reason why we want to give this voice a name and a different persona is because we want to separate ourselves from that voice. We don't want to picture that voice as us, because it's not. All of these thoughts are just thoughts. We might have learned to think this way from people. We might have heard these things being said to us from others, to the point where we believe it so much that we tell ourselves these things on a daily basis. Our thoughts are a separate entity. And when you give your negative self-talk a different identity, a different persona, a separate name, because those thoughts aren't you. You're not your negative thoughts. Tip number 3 on how we can get rid of negative self-talk a little bit more. Basically, just fill up your time with things that you love and things that you want to work on. Take up your time doing things, because I don't know about you, when I'm alone with my thoughts, I automatically gravitate to all this negative self-talk. This is why filling your days with something productive, something that you love, something that you enjoy, will definitely shift your mindset to enjoying yourself, enjoying your time, and not thinking about all of that negative things that you typically think about. Some may say it's a distraction, but honestly, I'd say it's a healthy shift in lifestyle. Do something that is worth your time rather than talking yourself down. Don't give yourself the opportunity to talk yourself down. Like I said, it's not a distraction, it's a lifestyle change, and it's definitely for the better. Now, the fourth and final tip, and it's going to be really emotional, is talking to your inner child. Now, if you don't know what your inner child is, it's essentially imagining yourself when you were little, whatever age it may be, where you might not have felt the most confident, maybe you were going through a really rough time. Talk to your inner child and be that protector, be that provider, be that person that that inner child needs. Because really all this negative self-talk is coming from that scared inner child. All these words, all these things that people were saying about you or told you that you weren't good enough, told you this and that. Being able to soothe your inner child is a big step in making sure that you don't talk to yourself negatively, because all the hurt is coming from there. When you're scared, it's your inner child that's being scared. When you're anxious, it's your inner child that's being anxious. So speak to them and comfort them and be there for them. And on that note, those are the tips that I have for you today to be able to get rid of that negative self-talk and shift your mindset into more self-love and more positive self-talk. As usual, if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate your input and hearing all your stories. And I love making these kinds of videos for you because I love to help you all. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.